Well, I hope the U.S. border is open very, very, very soon. Why? Because there've been a lot of people turned away because right now I heard of a person in the hospital having had a heart attack in the hospital, and a family member come to see the dying relative by the side of the hospital here in Hamden. Apparently, guess what? Got to border for, oh, sorry, you can't enter Canada, not essential travel. Person bawling in tears and, well, you just, poor guy said, put on a soda. Got so freaking mad, he just floored it right that point, right through. And he was a big, huge pursuit today. I read about in Canada, all the way down, all the way up to St. Joe's and Sargent Street. The guy got out. The guy just literally hucked the border off in the mouth, went right into the place, right where the sea husband died inside. And guess what? Border came and ranked the husband out, walked right in, where the Cobalt case, where somebody else, the guy husband dying, in the emergency room, and denied the right, the husband dying. That's another good, interesting case of this. That's why it's more important to get the border open, because there are Canadian families. There's another case I read about in CBC where the family, brother was supposed to help somebody move, and that person had to freaking sell everything because they didn't have a license to move, drive a vehicle, and ended up driving a truck without a license. Got fined under mid transport for driving a vehicle out of license, and then because of why? The border closed. Person had a license, couldn't drive, had to drive a vehicle out of license, got fined a moving day as a result. Takes that and sued the ministry, saying that the border would not allow my husband in. So the person got sued for driving a vehicle out of license. So see, when they close borders, that relates to other problems, big problems. Family members, even I got a brother on the American side of the border still. But still that, now many people turned away. Some cases are ramming the borders too. And that's why it's really important to see Mr. Trudeau open those borders up on the 21st day of the month as he promised. Because if he gets them open on the 21st day of the month, I'd be happy because I won't have. But if not, he goes through to another date in August. So that now, you know what? I'm gonna have to cancel my trip, and that'll be a sad day for me. So I'm not really pleased about it. So if that is getting ridiculous too, because I like to see the borders open soon, because it's gone on too long. Our cases numbers are down to around 300, which is great in Ontario. But also too, the case numbers have dropped in the United States quite a lot as well on the American side of the border. So they don't have as many cases. And then even though the border's open, what would be nice, because there's a lot of goods and a lot of services that come across that border from the U.S. every single day. A lot of goods ain't coming across the state. They're causing problems and bringing out goods into Canada with import, export. I waiting at Amazon for 2 months for one thing to come. It took that forever because of closed borders. Things like that are really affecting stuff that would come in U.S. not come in. So really affecting everything. No closed borders does more than you think about. See, if they open the border, if Trudeau hopefully go through a promise to open the border up on the 21st day of this month, because he opened that border on the 21st day of the month, there's a lot of business go between Canada and the United States every single day. There's a lot of companies that have franchise on this side of the border, franchise the other side of the border, and sometimes they'll bring products and stuff over to stock the Canadian franchise over here. as well as, American brands, like Popeyes. They have ketchup for their chicken and stuff. Or the same with Wendy's with salt. They bring that across the border. Some of the stuff, some of the condiments Wendy's run across are coming from, saying Popeyes, some of the condiments come to the U.S. as well. Well, anyways, what happens is, or when that happens, is those ain't coming across, but it can't be brought just because, what deemed essential is what? Nothing. Nothing deemed essential at the border anymore. Well, that's a lie Trudeau most saying, yeah, but that's why that's why I'm saying it's very important for the border to be open, because right now putting families at jeopardy. People have family members living in the U.S., people in Canada, and they can't see each other. They're talking back and forth on Facebook at Cosmo, and I heard recently there have been a few ramming people being refused entry. See families, they ram the border, getting arrested by border services, and then being hauled back, and then in detention, and that over this. And that's going to happen sooner or later. Keep the border closed long enough, people are going to get desperate enough, people get very desperate. I mean, to get in desperate enough that they would start getting I see Canadians do illegal entries into Canada and getting caught, doing it by CBSA, or trying into Canada and then getting home illegally, or crossing illegal border crossings in other parts of the United States too, into Canada. I can see it coming. I mean, a couple of Canadian citizens have already done an illegal border crossing already. A couple have done legal border crossing. They will get picked up by Mounties, find a Canadian citizen, they let them in the country, but what happens if, I get worried sometimes too. What happened to me, I was forced to do the illegal border crossing somewhere. For an example, coming out of Buffalo, forced to walk across a rail bridge into Niagara Falls, Ontario. That's an illegal crossing. Yes, it is. Yeah, because I'd be turned away border, but to legally cross the bridge. Of course, they see it, then they're gonna be picking at what will happen. The two things. Number one, that I know they will call Border Patrol, not Border Patrol, or something would pick me up. But let's suppose I decide to cross over at another checkpoint in Quebec, where just walk across the border. Now, here what happened, the Mounties will turn around, they will get me, and they will hold me, and then guess what? But of course they'll hold you, then they'll probably release me eventually, because of being Canadian, so there you go, forced to do that. And there are Canadians in the state being forced into doing that, as sneaking into Canada over railroad bridges, walking across borders into Manitoba, etc., or walking across borders at certain locations that way. And that's what I'm talking about, or going across the Indian reservations too. People are being forced into this type of society, that we have to sneak into a country. That is not, I'd rather enter a country legally than illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, this how bad it gotten at the borders in Canada right now, believe it or not. So, honestly, I want to see Trudeau, just not really Trudeau, to go through the prompts, lift those things, to open the border to non-essential travel, to full service again, and then allow people across border, because this has gone on, and rest assured, do that will bring our country stronger, make things better. Our countries make both countries stronger again. and allow people to cross the border freely again. Like it's all I want back is all I want of this is my freedom. It seems to be the freedom to be who I am, not who I'm not. No. Actually, it's just having the freedom to cross the border and not worrying about restriction. Have the freedom to walk into a grocery store without standing in lines. Having that freedom is more precious than anything in the world, honestly. So freedom, the only way Canada needs to get back their freedom is they're going to have to start, demanding it, send a letter to Trudeau demanding our freedom back, and that's demanding him to not suspend any more border crossing. Because freedom is, is that. And right now, it's freedom in long distant memory. Right now, like being in a communist country, where Canada not a freaking communist country, and turning away members of family. And in the cases where people had to sneak into Canada, being Canadian citizens, because they stuck in the United States, had to sneak in to Canada. There was one case where somebody had a Hummer, and you know what they did? They drove a Hummer across right across the border into Canada from the United States, or get the U.S. government to deport them back to Canada, deportation. By doing that, that's another thing they're trying to make sure to get deported back to Canada by Homeland Security. And things like that, it got me scared sometimes. If I did get an United States, coming back into Canada, I'm being turned away, being a Canadian citizen, what would that do to me? Well, I guess first thing I had to do is find a place and I will find a place to live temporarily, so I'll figure out how I'm going to do. That the first thing I have to do, somewhere in Buffalo, not knowing a city can be hard, getting a place, and making sure and having them funds or going to homeless shelter, stay there for a while and get some funding to get a place and then get a place to live, wait till this peace check come in, use that money for a check to pay rent on a place in Buffalo. I have to wait, hopefully home, keep getting rent for to the government to pay, use that money to pay rent on a place, and trying to get them, or wait till Homeland Security deport me. But I really don't want to take that kind of action, myself. But that got me worried, That's why it's more important to see the borders open soon. On the 21st day, this border to be open, or I may have to cancel my trip. I don't want to do that. It's all over.